Hi guys, and welcome back to Annie Tutors Maths. Today we're going to learn how to find 5%, 10% and 50% of any number using simple tricks you can do in your head. Let's get started. The word percent is a Latin word and it means out of 100. So 1% is 1 out of 100 and 100% represents the entire whole. So first off, we're going to find 10%. This is the easiest one. 10% is the same as dividing by 10. And we're going to have a go at doing 10% of 80. And all we do is we take 80 and we find the decimal place and slide it one place to the left. And we end up with the number 8. So 10% of 80 is 8. Nice and simple. Next, we're going to find 10% of 250. So let's look at 250 and find the decimal. It's there, slide it one place to the left, and we get 25. 10% of 250 is 25. And finally, let's do a smaller number. Let's do 10% of 4. Let's look at 4, find the decimal, slide it one place to the left, and it goes there, and we get 0.4. So 10% of 4 is 0.4. Nice and simple there, guys. Finding 10% quickly. No calculator needed. Let's just clear that away. Next up, we're going to find 50%. And 50% simply means half. Let me show you. Let's do 50% of 60. Half of 60 is 30. 50% of 200. Half of 200 is 100. And finally, 50% of 14. Half of 14 is 7. While I'm clearing my board, see if you can work out 50% of 300. %50 of 300 is 150. Well done, guys, if you got that right. So finally, guys, we are going to find 5%. And finding 5% is nice and easy. You might think it's hard, it's not. All you do is you find 10%, then halve it. Let me show you. 5% of 80. First of all, you find 10% of 80 using the method that I showed you just earlier. Slide your decimal place one place to the left. 10% of 80 is 8, and then half of 8 is 4. Nice and simple. Let me show you another example. 5%. 200. First of all, we're going to find 10%. of 200 by sliding the decimal from there to there, and we get 20. 10% of 200 is 20, half of 20 is 10, so 5% of 200 is 10. And just like that, you can find 5% without a calculator. In your head, very quickly. Finally, let's do one more example. Let's do 5% of 30. And first we find 10% of 30. Find our decimal, slide it one place to the left, and we get 3. 10% of 30 is 3, but we want 5%, so half of 3 is 1.5. So there you have two methods, guys. You can find 10%, you can find 5% without a calculator, in your head, nice and fast. Let's do a quick recap, guys, on the lesson today. So the first percentage we looked at was 10%. And if you want to find 10%, you have to divide by 10. Quick example, 10% of 90 equals 9. After that, guys, we found 50%. And to find 50%, you divide by 2. Oops, sorry, guys. Just put that 10 in there. Divide by 10. So back to 50%, you divide by 2. And a worked example, 50% of 60 equals 30. And finally, at the end there, guys, we found 5%. And all we did, nice and simple, we just found what half of 10% was. Quick example, 5% of 120. Well, 10% is 12, half of 12 is 6. 5% of 120 is 6. So there you have it. You can work out 5%, 10% and 50% of any number in seconds. No calculator needed. In the next lesson, we'll learn how to combine these tricks so that you can find 15%, 25% and 75%. Thanks for watching.